It's another beautiful day in the Bay Area. Welcome to Shared Bites. It's a show about sharing experiences both inside and outside of gaming. Today, we have not only one, but two special guests. We have Simon and Cam from our
Hello.
Fantasy Critic League. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
And hi, Justin.
Hi. I'm not a guest. I'm just around.
He's just around. But yeah, Justin and I were just talking about our Fantasy Critic League last week. We gave a little rundown of our draft, so we figured it'd be fun to have two of our friends from the league and our commissioner as well. Cam is our commissioner,
and champion,
and
self-appointed commissioner. Let me say,
it's self-appointed. wait, I want to hear the story about that. Actually, well, we'll get in that later. But okay. That is an interesting thing to talk about. But do you guys want to kind of introduce yourselves? Kind of, like, what's your story? Maybe like kind of your connection to gaming. Maybe start with Simon.
Sure. And right to say that my cat walks across my keyboard, but hey,
of course.
I'm Simon. I work as a professionally. I work as an immersive experience producer. So historically, like a lot of installations and things like that come from a video background, some art too. These days, immersive experiences are a lot of mobile work and a lot of AI stuff, but still manages to be pretty fun. Did some HoloLens work back in the day, saw the very quick rise and the very quick, well, I won't say fall, but quick plateauing of VR.
There's still dozens of us with our VR headsets plugged in.
Yeah, I got, yeah.
Yeah.
Or their Kinects, or Microsoft Kinects. That was related to the HoloLens, right?
I have a Kinect within arm's reach, actually. I could grab
Same right now. I'm like the 360 one. I'm never getting rid of it.
Did you have the original one? There's I think there was a revision, right? For the Xbox One, there was a newer one, right? Or am I
think you just needed an adapter to be able to plug it into it, if I remember right. It was some weird thing because it had like the voice stuff built in or something, right? There was something weird about that one, but I remember, I have the Kinect more as just like a testament to the hubris of the video game industry.
I loved playing Dance Central. That was a fun harmonics game.
I liked Child of Eden.
Played that.
Cool, yeah. And I know way more about these than I should, mostly just from like working in the place that I do. So like I have the 360 Kinect, which I have because one, they're hard to find now, and two, they're the last ones that really worked with like a Mac if you wanted to do any kind of like creative coding on the Mac with like their node-based visual stuff like that. The newer ones, the Xbox One era Kinect, the Kinect, you can't really do that the same way, but developers who work on like Windows mixed reality stuff like them more because they're actually built to integrate with that. Did a lot of HoloLens work too, similar era. Not sure what that's doing these days besides like military contracts, but
was that Microsoft or is that separate, or is that just a separate tech?
That was Microsoft. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did some Minecraft demos with HoloLens back in the day, right?
Yeah, that's what I remember. But interesting.
Was that the thing I came to your work and tried out?
Yeah. So
cool.
This was how many years ago? Way back in my career. So like 5 years ago.
5 years. Okay.
Tech has come a long way.
That part of my career.
In that short time.
I was working at a place that was doing this. There was a point where Microsoft was putting money into like cultural uses of their tech. Like we were working with the Athens Olympic Museum to do this big table that was a recreation of ancient Olympia, where the Olympics started. And there was a HoloLens you'd put on, and then like you get to see all these animated things on the physical table. It was impressive. It was a nightmare for project just because you had to get everything within like centimeters of its right spot on the table. When we got to the location in Athens, the table they had built was slightly different from the one we were testing on, and so we had to like 3D like use my boss's phone to like just map the whole table and then just nudge little things around in Unity until it lined up.
Oh, man.
So
crazy.
Pretty much worked inside a windowless room, inside a museum, inside a mall in the suburbs of Athens. And that I got like one night hanging out in Athens and then I went home.
Whoa,
that's how those business trips always go. It's like, oh man, you're going to so-and-so? Yeah, well, I'm going to be working the whole time.
Oh yeah, my wife had a good time. She hung out. She explored.
That's good.
She met a lot of cats, but I was inside.
You guys like cats?
Yeah. But yeah, interesting stuff. I kind of miss that kind of work these days. The headset stuff isn't really so much there. Maybe we'll see more with like the Meta Ray bands and smart glasses. But for now, I'm not seeing so many
There's a rumor that Apple will be
yeah.
entering that market at
Yeah,
some
Apple as
point.
well.
And whenever that happens, I'm sure it'll pick up a lot more.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, they had the what was the Apple Vision Pro, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different category,
that's-
I think, though.
Have you guys tried
No.
that thing? Anyone tried
No.
that?
I did the demo at the
Nope.
store, and
I
it's
did the demo too,
impressive, but it's not something I'm going to drop $3,500 on, you know?
Yeah. No, it's a cool toy to have, but at $3,500, that's a hard, you know, I mean, $350 maybe, but $3,500, it's
Yeah.
Is that thing still going? Like, are people?
I don't know if people
I
are buying
haven't
it. They're
seen
still
anything
selling
about
them. If you go into a store, you can buy one, but they gave it a speed bump upgrade with the new chip and all
Oh.
that stuff.
And I think
so.
they changed the headband, but I did see a couple weeks ago that they showed an NBA game on it. Like I'm a big Lakers fan, and they have
like
like
sitting courtside, right?
people talking about it. What's that?
like sitting courtside stuff.
Yeah, so it's like the experience is
Oh.
like you're sitting courtside, and people are like, yeah, this is really really cool, but it's like a very niche like privileged experience to be able to do that even.
Mhm.
And I think
You could pay
I think
$3,500 for that, or you could pay less and go sit courtside
I
for
just
real.
literally get to take a courtside. Yeah,
Once.
Once,
Just once,
exactly,
though.
yeah.
I mean, in Los Angeles, that might not even be a thing because it's so expensive down there to see like your
Yeah.
game. But
By the
Um,
incident.
but I mean that in terms of that could be interesting. But yeah, I mean probably not. But
I think the
did you-
Vision
have you guys
Pro
tried
is
the
like
new
a
Meta
Gen 2,
glasses?
Gen 3 thing for me.
Yeah, for sure.
the Ray-Bans, you mean?
Yeah, so there's the new Ray-Bans that came out last fall. I forgot what
With
they
the
were called,
display?
but yeah, so there's a little display on like the right eye. So it kind of has this little overlay. It's not quite like a Metal Gear Solid apparatus thing, but like or goggles, but it is a tiny little display on like your screen, so you can actually get a little bit of that. I don't know, AR.
It's kind of like the Google Glass.
I
A little bit, yeah.
saw,
Remember that, yeah.
except it
Yeah.
doesn't look quite as obvious as Google Glass. Like it was clear when you
Right.
saw someone wearing Google Glass. It's like, oh, you got that, huh?
Yeah.
But I saw, I think it was an MKBHD video about the new Ray-Bans, and it looks really interesting. From outside, it doesn't look like the person is like looking.
Yeah, you
at
can't
the
see
screen.
it. It's through
so-
glasses. Yeah,
You can't tell they're recording you.
Exactly.
You
So-
can. There's like that light. Have you guys ever? I have a pair, but do you
No.
guys? Yeah.
Is there a light?
I am supposed
You
to
put a
have
little
them.
piece of electrical tape over the lights.
Right.
So you can't do that though. If you do that, it doesn't work.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
it
so it
does detect
knows.
that. Yeah. So
Interesting.
you have to do a lot of work to. I mean, I'm sure people have figured out something,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, it's not as easy as just putting the tape over it. But
I was at a work thing and there was a guy there like that came up in conversation. I noticed his glasses looked like kind of out of place on him. I was like, are those Ray-Bans? He goes, yeah, hey, check it out. And he presses like the side of his head and then shows me on his phone a picture of me right there. I was like, wow, I'm glad I asked you about that.
Can
Oh,
you check those
man.
off, please?
Very strange. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about talking to people who, I don't know. It's weird new social situations we're going to have to navigate.
Just
Yeah.
don't trust anybody wearing Ray-Bans anymore.
Don't trust
Yeah.
anybody wearing glasses.
Yes. Wearing Ray-Ban
well,
glasses right now.
Good thing I got
Yeah.
LASIK. I don't have to do that anymore.
yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But speaking of photos, I know Cam, you're in the photography into me, but
Yeah. Well, that is my job. It's not as interesting or related to gaming, but yes, I'm a photographer. I do spend a lot of time in photo modes in games,
Nice.
like a ridiculous amount of time.
Any
So,
any favorite photo modes?
I really like the ones when you can add lighting. Because that's a lot of what I do at work. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
bringing down the exposure of the scene and then adding like dramatic lighting. So the Insomniac games are
Yep.
good with that.
Mm.
I think Cyberpunk is like a pretty good one now.
I think the
but yeah.
Fortnite photo mode has gotten pretty sophisticated too. If you go watch the
Ah.
replays, and then you have access to all the different character models in Fortnite. Like you could get like Sabrina Carpenter with double
just throw it in there?
Uzis, taking out Donatello while he's
Dang.
driving the DeLorean. It's crazy stuff.
That's pretty nice. I
Have
wasn't
you
interested in
played?
Fortnite until now.
What's that?
I wasn't really interested in Fortnite, but now
I think the photo
The
mode.
photo mode is
That sounds
pretty
fun.
sophisticated. It's worth checking out, even if you don't play the game much.
I mean, even
I've
can you
offered-
pull that out in the middle of like a battle royale match? Or like,
No,
hey,
you go
guys,
back
pause,
and you-
pause. Sorry.
No, it has
Taking a
like
photo.
remember old Halo games where you could go back and watch the replays after the fact.
Oh yeah,
It's just like that.
Like an old Quake demo.
It's just like
Oh,
that.
okay, so you can.
Except you
get
can
the
fast
replay.
forward,
Got it.
rewind. You can change the camera, make it a drone. You can do like tracking shots. You can add lighting, like Cam was saying. Adjust
Oh.
the exposure, aperture, all that fun stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's like almost like a photo mode. Actually, I mean, it's like a video photo mode essentially, right? Because you get to like kind of.
I mean,
tweak around
people have been making actual like videos with these tools.
Oh, nice.
People and like the UEFN tools. If you download those on your PC and get like the engine where you build the Fortnite maps. You can get like mocap tools where you can do your own mocap and map it to the characters and all that too. And you can make your own little machinima videos and all that.
Wow.
Crazy stuff, man.
Wow, that's wild. I was also gonna ask Cam, did you play Lush Foil Photography Sim last year? Was that last year? 2 years ago?
No, it was on my wish list, and I never got around to it. But it's also like,
is that too close to work?
It's kind of like work.
Yeah.
It's photo mode, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a continuous photo mode. I mean, I got it because I'm also I'm a hobbyist photographer. I haven't done it for work. I mean, big here small jobs here and there. But I thought it's really cool because one of the scenarios is like in Kyoto, Japan, and I know you've been in Japan before. Yeah. And they had one of the scenarios was like the 1,000 Torii Shrine. Have you been down there in in Kyoto?
I've been to Kyoto multiple times and somehow never been to that.
Wow.
Like the place where everyone goes, but
yeah, it's like the big tourist thing. But I mean, you obviously know what it looks like, right? Like, or you've seen pictures.
Yeah, and I've seen it in that game, and I was like, maybe I should just go there in the game.
It is pretty realistic.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can take a picture and pass it
like,
off as a real life one.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's Unreal Engine 5, I think. So it's got pretty advanced stuff, and there's no people. Yeah. Like, I went there when I went there. It was like there's so many people there. It's a kind of like everyone's trying to get their like little profile Instagram shot of them in the shrine. But
yeah, that's like kind of where I got into photography. It was just like on a solo trip in Japan. And then,
nice.
Like a year later, it was my job, and then so it wasn't like I ruined a hobby that I already had. It was like I got a new one and then turned it into a job. So I didn't. It was like my third place hobby. So
right. Oh,
totally fine to ruin that.
Awesome.
Is gaming above that, or is that
what
you could say?
And like music and various college
so don't become a streamer. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one for in the streaming. Well, cool. Well, here on Shared Bytes, as you probably know, we love to share experiences both inside of outside of gaming, and I think it'd be fun if we all kind of we shared a little bit what each of us has been up to recently. I can start because I have the top of mind is gaming related. This is weird. This year I'm like into gaming now, which is I think I finished more games this year than I have all of last year, maybe the year before that either. But I played and finished No Sleep for Kaname Date. I see a lot of blank faces.
Tell me more.
This is
I'm listening.
Yeah.
I saw this. You sent screenshots of that, right?
I did into our league Discord. It's the third game in so the series is called AI the Somnium Files. Which
I remember you would not stop talking about AI Somnium Files back when it came out.
Yeah, I love that game. That game, I think the first one is still the best one in the series, but it's from Uchikoshi-san, who is he did the Nonary escape games. So the 9-person, 9 doors, Zero Escape. Sorry, Zero Escape. Yeah, the Nonary games. I think that's the name of the series, but the Zero Escape series, which I guess you guys sounds like I'm getting blank faces. Maybe
Virtue's Last Reward,
and I forgot the name of the third one.
And the last one.
But they're cool like visual novels meet escape rooms. And the escape rooms are like literally life and death. Like you will die if you don't if you don't get it correctly. And this is like I think before the escape game kind of in real life craze gonna happen. This is like this is like PS Vita time. Oh, PS Vita had like the second one, I think. The first one, the 999, was for Nintendo DS.
And I remember I think that one had some cool like, you got to close the clamshell to make it do it, stuff like that. So
very
they did clever
cool.
things like that.
Yeah.
And I think I remember a cool thing about those games is the branching paths, and you can go back and you can experience the different storylines, and then like you discover things as you play through the various branches.
Yes, that's actually the coolest part of that series, I think, is the narrative. So it's a visual novel meets like puzzle game. And then the visual novel part has like these branching paths where there's like so many endings, and there's some endings that you can only get like once you've like kind of gone through a loop, or there's like cool stuff. It's very like, I don't know, Inception or like Looper, where like maybe sometimes you actually have to die to see the right area, or like there's weird like kind of triggers, I guess, for these different branching paths. So highly recommend. Actually, I mean that series is like kind of like an all timer for me.
Does this continue that tradition of the branching narrative?
So the series generally does. This latest game does not. This latest game is No Sleep For Kaname Date. It came out last year. It's kind of more linear. And it's not actually written by Uchikoshi-san. He's like the supervisor, like the scenario supervisor, but I think because he's working with Kodaka-san, who is the guy who created Danganronpa.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did a game last year called the 100 Line Defense Academy, which is what I'm also playing right now. But just like they're kind of like the visual novel masters, and they're kind of like just known for really, really messed up stuff because a lot of it has to do with like kids, right, in high school, and like think of Persona if it was like a battle royale death game, or like into the high school, they got really like interesting, character, like kind of almost caricature type character designs, but there also is a lot of like free time like mechanics, right? So in Persona you guys can spend time with each of the characters. Similar here, like you can spend time with each of these characters. But anyway, I highly recommend this series. This latest game is kind of like it's almost super silly. It's almost like it's very unserious. I think some of the pictures I sent the team or that you guys were kind of like the main character is obsessed with porn. Like porno mags.
Oh yeah, those were those images that I was like, I don't know if I want to comment on these with all the stuff happening with Discord surveillance right now.
Well, you didn't say what kind of porno mags, just porno mags, but it's like I don't know. I get how a lot of people are kind of like turned off by that, which is fine. It's like kind of more antiquated, kind of male, male pervy kind of scenario, but it's silly enough that it's like it's hard to take big offense to that, I think, especially because there's like female characters that immediately scold him afterwards, like right after he says that, oh, I like porno mags, and they're like, oh, they roll their eyes.
That stereotype of the pervy character who won't shut up about how much he likes girls, and then they're always like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that guy who won't shut up about porno mags.
Yes, playing. But yeah, so this latest game, I think definitely lower on the priority list if you're playing these visual novels, but I'm glad as a fan of the series I got through it. It's a fun 9 hours, but it's also really visual novels are great Switch games, they're good deck games or good Portal games. Like, kind of good to rock around. So
that's what I was going to ask. Like you mentioned, like the DS and stuff, and so Cam's heard me. We've talked this a lot, but like I have kind of a love-hate thing with a lot of JRPGs and visual novels where like they will hook me. Persona hooks me, but like the 130-hour playtime for that format, like it takes me like a year of just on and off to finish playing. And I finished Persona 3 Reload, which I think was the first Persona game I actually finished. Like,
wow.
I played it from launch until the end of last year, like on and off. Like I played it on Game Pass. And then it went off Game Pass. I tried to finish it before it went off, and I couldn't do it. So I just bought it to finish the last like 10 hours of it. But I like those things on like the handhelds too, right? And like the DS, I bought my wife one a couple of years ago because she loves Animal Crossing, and she wanted to play them. New Leaf, I think, was the one that was on the 3DS. And so found one on eBay. There's a used game store by my place and got stuff there. And so if those games are like 9 hours, 10 hours, and like they have interesting stuff happening to them in that time, and there's like escape room things, like I'd be really into that. But if they're like so many of, not so much the visual novels, but like Japanese RPGs tend to be like 100+ hour games, which I have a rough time with those. So I might check those out, especially if there's like the 3DS one that makes good use of the the clamshell and like the touchscreen or something.
For sure, highly recommend. Yeah, that's exactly my sentiment nowadays. The thought of playing a 100-hour game is very just kind of turns me off. But
I almost didn't finish Persona 5 for that reason.
Never finished it.
I finally did. I took a long hiatus, but I finally went back and finished it. And it's just one of those things where you get to like the 80-hour mark, and you're like, man, are we getting to the end? Are we in Act 3 yet, guys? Because like I got things to do. I got other games to play,
But I mean, this kind of gets the best of both worlds. Like I love stories. That's why that's kind of my biggest genre that I love is just kind of a good narrative. And so this kind of gets at both, right? You get like a nice story and a little bit you don't really get much RPG gameplay in terms of leveling up, but you get to exercise your brain in certain ways. Like it's very Phoenix Wright. You guys ever play Ace Attorney?
Oh yeah.
Like
not played, but familiar with those. Yeah,
you guys never played that? Oh wow!
I didn't play a ton of them, but I played the first one.
Yeah, and that's also like a DS game, I believe. But it's a very like logic based game, right? So you're like in a courtroom, and it's like story based. You have to like investigate, and you have to like get into like kind of depositions where you have to like point out like inaccuracies or like you use your deductive reasoning to to like do logic puzzles essentially.
Yeah, because
So
you go
it's
scope out the
a little bit of
crime
that
scene
mix there, too.
beforehand and you collect clues and stuff. And then when they're giving their testimony, you can be like, wait a minute, that's not what I saw. And like, objection.
Yeah. Objection, exactly. Point of objection.
I've hovered over that on the eShop multiple times. Like, I think I would like this, but
Yeah, I could see you getting
I
into
don't
that.
They're fun.
But a lot of that too. Actually, there's a big part. Like I don't know, maybe this is a genre, just like melding all these things together, like Japanese RPG styling with like logic gameplay and like puzzles. Like yeah, it's kind of a lot of those things. But
yeah.
So yeah, game itself is kind of a mid, but like recommend like kind of the genre for sure for everybody.
Cool. If one wanted to jump in, do you think it's still worth going back and playing the old ones like 999 VLR stuff like?
Yeah, I mean,
or do
I think
those
999
games
is great to
feel more
play.
dated at this point?
They might feel a little dated in terms of like the interface because it's like it was back in the day. But I think those are kind of the most rewarding in terms of just the wackiness the story gets into is very just like I struggle to think of actual like current movies or like books that actually get to that level of just like insane just like it's across space and time literally and it just feels really epic. So I think they are
cool.
But I think for a modern game though, I think I do recommend AI Somnium Files still. I think the first one is probably the one I would say.
Oh,
like, and it's like $9 now I think on sale.
Yeah.
And you can play it on I think any number of modern devices.
Cool.
So it might be a good kind of entry point for there.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah. I'll go. Anyone want to go next in terms of?
I haven't talked a lot yet. I'll talk about my stuff. I've been playing a ton of Monster Hunter Wilds because I never finished that game back when it came out. It had a rocky launch.
Last year's game.
Yeah, it came out and wasn't performing so well on PC. I actually bought the Ultimate Edition on PC and then could not get it to run well. And like by the time that I've said, you know what, screw this, and tried to get a refund, Steam wouldn't do it. They were like, no, you played it too much. I was like, that's all me just messing with the settings, trying to get it to run. And they were like, no, you have more than like 2 hours of playtime or whatever. So I had like $100 just out. So I went and
you back into it.
I talked to like friend of a friend, like, hey, do you think you could track down a code for the PS5 version for me? And I ended up getting the PS5 version of the game and played through that because it runs much better. It runs nice and stable on PS5, at least on my PS5 Pro in performance mode. It runs fine. I'm not like trying to turn on ray tracing and stuff, and it's not. That game they shouldn't have tried to make that all work because it's just not the game. It can't handle it. I don't think the engine can handle it. But anyway, I digress. The game itself is excellent, and Monster Hunter still just kicks ass. I got into the series back when Monster Hunter World came out. I had tried previously to get into like old style Monster Hunter and never could. Just too much loading, too much little finicky stuff to deal with. But they simplified enough in World on PS4 that it finally hooked me and I got into it. And then I spent like 100 hours on that, 100 hours on Rise, and now I'm neck deep in Monster Hunter Wilds. Finally going back, and they're redoing all the seasonal events because it's like they're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the game, or I think they just had the 1 year anniversary of the game or something like that. So they just redid the spring festival for a week, and now they're doing the summer festival for a week, and then it'll be the autumn and then the winter. So I'm just stocking up, getting all the seasonal certificates and stuff. I'm doing all the event quests, like all the stuff I missed. I'm just doing all of it. So man, Monster Hunter just. Nothing hits quite like Monster Hunter does when you learn how to play a weapon well and you get to like the end game and you've got a really good armor set and you just are locked in and you know a monster's attack patterns and you're like dodging and countering and like, man, Monster Hunter feels so good to play once you get good at it. Do any of you guys play Monster Hunter?
I've tried. Like I had a bunch of friends who were into World when that came out. I was in school then and just could not fit that in alongside like. I was playing Bloodborne exclusively back then.
Oh, yeah.
Because I just wanted to hurt more. But I think, Cam, you and I remember tried out the Switch demo for Rise, and it didn't feel like
45 minutes.
Oh, well, yeah.
It just
ran
feel right.
really bad on Switch.
Yes.
But it was the most accessible from a mechanical standpoint. You have to know going into a Monster Hunter game that those games are designed to be played for a very long time. So there are lots of really obtuse systems that don't explain themselves very well that you don't have to pay attention to until you get later in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're first starting out, don't worry too much about all the numbers and stuff. Pick a weapon that you vibe with, go smashy, get some monster tails, make some hats, and then as you play more, you'll get used to the mechanics. You'll start to understand like, oh, here's exactly how far I go when I press triangle. And oh, I think I can squeeze that in before the monster does this attack. I've seen him do this 8 times. I've got a couple seconds before he does the roar. I can dodge, block that, counterattack. It's the kind of game that rewards you as you learn how it works. It's pretty hard to get into, but I think once you get over that hump, you become a lifelong fan of the series. So if you guys ever want to give it a shot, let me know. I'd be happy to hop into some hunts and help power you through some of the early game stuff.
So yeah, I've been interested in those because like I think the first, as an adult, like there's that gulf of I gamed a lot when I was a kid and teenager, and then stopped and then got back into it like the PS4 era. But I got really into Destiny 1. Like I think when you peek at my PlayStation like hours, it's like over 1,000, which I don't remember that happening, but also I don't remember those years of my life, so that's where they all went.
You were playing Destiny.
But all of us were, I think, all 4 of us.
Yeah,
like Destiny 1.
Yeah,
but
Andy
people
and I
were
big Destiny diehards.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. But like people were saying, if you like Destiny, try out Monster Hunter because it's borrowing a lot of things from that.
Yeah.
And hearing you describe this now, the boss fights sound kind of like Soulsy boss fights where you're meant to repeat them, you're meant to learn them, and that plus the seasonal events, obtuse systems sounds like all the kinds of things I like in different games.
So here's
also
the
really
thing. Think of some other franchises that Capcom makes. There's one in particular that I've realized Monster Hunter is shockingly similar to, and I'm just going to spoil it. It's Street Fighter. Monster Hunter is a fighting game. If you think about it, it's all about spacing. It's all about knowing which attacks to use, when to use them, when to dodge, when to counter. It's all about watching your opponent, studying their attacks, knowing how to react to them. It's about studying your own moveset and being able to get to a point where you can do it without thinking about it. All the same thing. Like every weapon in Monster Hunter is a different fighting game character. You just have to learn how to play it.
Interesting.
And they're all so. At least I've gotten pretty good. I've gotten really good at 2 of them. I've gotten pretty good at a third one, but there's like 14 weapons to choose from, and they're all very deep like systems. They're designing whole gameplay systems around every single one of these weapons. And it's nuts. And then like if you think about it, there's multiple rounds. Like you guys don't play Monster Hunter, so I'm kind of shouting into the void at this point. But anybody who's listening and plays Monster Hunter, I'm just going to talk to them. Like you. You beat up on a monster, and then you basically, after you beat up on it a while, it gets tired and it moves to a different area. That's round 1. You win, right? But if the monster knocks you out, you get 3 carts. You get 3 chances to take out the monster. So it's like whoever gets to 3 knockouts first wins, basically. Like, I'm oversimplifying like crazy, but there's a lot of fighting game stuff in Monster Hunter that as I played the game more, I started to realize that like Capcom, they take things from their other game. They take the things that they do well and they will incorporate them into, like, there's even a little bit of Mega Man using the things that you get from your defeated enemies to create weapons that are effective against other enemies. I mean, there's Capcom, like, I think that they are good at knowing what works and like not limiting these ideas to a specific franchise. And they do some cool stuff with all of their franchises in that regard.
I mean, I'd be curious to see if the same developers are working on multiple franchises, because that would make sense in terms of
I don't know. I don't think the Monster Hunter team is making Street Fighter games, but I think they all probably share
team members
knowledge
have worked on.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like.
But I get the feeling that Capcom is a very like cohesive company internally. Like at least certain teams probably share information with each other. But I don't have any inside knowledge there. But at least I get the feeling that like I was saying, Street Fighter makes its way into Monster Hunter, and I think those games trade mechanics and do some cool stuff.
So it sounds also a lot like I've been playing a lot of I don't know how to pronounce it, Nioh or Nioh too.
Nioh.
I think
Nioh. Because Nioh. Okay, the third one came out.
Yeah.
I ate the demo up, surprising myself because I bought Nioh. You said I bought Nioh like on sale like a few years ago for Steam Deck. Tried to play it on the flight, got frustrated, put it down, never picked it up again. But the different weapons, the different move sets, like the fighting mechanics, knowing when to like dodge, parry, change stance. Like I thought that was going to be a barrier for entry for me, but kind of love it. I kind of love how you have so many options when something happens. Like, okay, this move's coming. I need one of these 3 options, and trying to make that decision in your head really quickly, and then getting it wrong 20 times. But the 21st time when you get it right, it's it feels good.
Dude, I think you would like Monster Hunter.
All right, it's on sale now. I'll probably check it out with all that.
Yeah, it's like
let's
20 bucks.
sweet
trade
Costco credit that I got
PlayStation information. Or I think it's cross-play, so whatever platform you get it on, I think.
Oh, sweet.
And
Probably
I think I
PS5,
heard that
yeah.
they ironed out most of the performance issues on PC, so you should be safe to buy it there if you want it, if that's your
Nice.
preferred platform.
Cool. Cam,
games
what
are
have you
cool.
been playing recently, or what are you into?
Yeah, speaking of
Or do you?
Capcom, I've been getting real excited for Resident Evil 9.
Yes, Friday.
And
20
yeah, reviews just came out
Requiem.
this morning. So
Ooh,
I got to decide whether I want to buy the deluxe edition or not for those costumes.
yeah. I pre-ordered mine like a while ago, so it's coming the deluxe one, and you get there's like a Lady Dimitra. I can't say her name. Lady D costume for Dimitrescu.
Yeah.
So when you've bought any of
but-
those deluxe editions in the past, do you ever actually use the costumes when you're playing?
So I'm playing Resident Evil 4 again right now, and I bought it for that, and I love the costumes that it gave you. So I was like thinking like, oh, I'm so glad
Worth
I
it.
got these like silly costumes because it was $10 like 3 years ago. Like I don't need.
If it passed you, it's like yeah, it's paying off now.
But Resident Evil 4, that's a game that I presume you've played before and you're replaying it. Like on your first playthrough of Resident Evil 9, are you going to play through with the costumes? I feel like the first playthrough you play through with the default stuff, right?
Yeah, I should probably not do the costumes.
Because
Well,
can you
you
get
do
the
you.
can you get the deluxe
Like-
upgrade after the
No.
fact if you decide you want it, or is it like you got to
Resident Evil 4 was a lot more like I don't know, felt more like actiony and arcadey and
Yeah.
kind of like
Whatever.
cheesy. So I didn't really mind it in that. But this one, if it is more horror, I probably won't be wearing.
Do you have the
Wow,
option to get the
that's
upgrade
way
after the fact?
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe that's the
Unless you're going
prudent
physical.
way.
Are you thinking physical or just like the digital?
I'm a digital.
Ah. Because I wanted the physical copies. You get the steel book, you get like these like art lenticular cards, and like that's the FOMO part is that if you don't get that at first, it may be like sold out for a while, or I don't know if they're going to reprint it. But
And
I
you
mean,
got to
Capcom
find
does
somewhere on the
reprint this
shelf
stuff,
to put
but-
that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping this one is kind of a simple steel book. It's not like a big box thing. It's just like that's like the perfect kind of deluxe for me. It's just a svelte, steel book versus like a shelves taken thing.
I think it was
But-
Resident
yeah.
Evil 7 had the replica of the whole mansion, and it was like this big.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's
what am I going to do with that?
Life-size
Come on.
Leon in your kitchen.
yeah. You gotta make something. Wait, so you're playing Resident Evil 4? We interrupt you, Cam. Go,
Yeah,
please go
no,
on.
I'm just trying to like blast through it before 9 comes out. I started on like Sunday or something, which I don't know if I have time. I'm in the castle, but
The cast nice.
yeah, it's so fun. Yeah, I've also been playing. Let's see, I had Citizen Sleeper, which I bought a few years ago, and I played it once on an airplane and
Wow.
fell asleep.
Yeah,
And
literally
then-
sleeper. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
Well,
recently
aptly named.
just had the itch again, so I started it, and then I just got so addicted to it and beat it in like 2 nights,
Wow.
3 nights.
Tell us what kind of game it is. Like I vaguely know about this game. Is it a strategy game or is
So
it?
it's like a tabletop RPG, like a dice
Oh.
based. Yeah, lots of like decision making and like deadlines, and like you have like these clocks where like certain actions will take up a certain amount of a clock, and then you have to. It's like deciding what to do. With lots of story. You play. It's like a cyberpunk
Okay.
sci-fi. You're like, yeah, like a robot with a person's mind that was implanted into it. So you have
Okay.
like these memories. It's very like Blade Runner, but you're rolling dice and you're, it was so good, and the story was really good. The ending I got was awesome. I
Cool.
like, actually got kind of emotional, which
Wow.
doesn't happen for me very often.
You shed a tear emotion or like?
Yeah, it was just like a
Maybe
really
not.
good ending. So immediately bought the second one, and I've been playing that too, but just distracted by Resident Evil. So
Is
that'll
this?
probably go on the back burner for a bit.
Oh, makes sense. Wait, is this? So are they kind of like visual novels? I'm like trying to like double. Is the gameplay like? Is it mostly just like talking?
Yeah,
Or is
It's
it?
lots of text. It's
Yeah.
mostly just text and like menus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just very story heavy. But there are times
I
when
could
you're
be
like,
into that.
I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to roll the dice, and then like
Mhm.
something good happens. You're like, yes. Yeah,
Is it
it's-
kind of like a minimalist Disco Elysium?
I was gonna
Because that one's
say
all
that.
yeah,
all
it is,
conversation
yep.
based, and you're rolling dice in the conversation.
Yeah, it's like that, except you don't walk around you don't have to like
Yeah.
walk around and find people. It's just like you have all the
It's just menus.
yeah,
Or is it-
and you can't, at least in the first one, you can't die. So it's like if you do something wrong, it auto saves. So then you're just stuck with that. Um, kind of like Disco Elysium, but without some of like the frustrating like deaths or, but yeah, maybe I don't know if the writing is as good, but yeah, it's really fun. So, and it's short. I think it was like maybe 6
talk
hours.
my language. Yeah.
It was like $5 or $6 on Switch recently. So yeah,
Amazing.
nice little weekend game.
Nice. So yeah, you're selling me hard in this now. That 6 hours portable story. Hell yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's my next.
Rolling the
Next
dice.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of story,
Cool.
did you see? I think Andy, you might have actually been the one who shared this with me. Yoko Taro writing a new Evangelion series.
Yeah.
My goodness, what the heck?
That took me for a loop. How do you guys? Has anyone here like Yoko Taro's games and or Evangelion? That's the question.
Never seen it, but I've played some Nier.
I played some Nier too. Evangelion is like my era of anime, but I never really got too far into it. It's on the list for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the
Same. Like,
the idea of like, here's Evangelion, here's Yoko Taro. It makes sense. It makes sense. Like
it makes.
I could
sense
see
to
that going places. I'm very curious to see what happens.
Yeah, I want to finish. I think I started Evangelion during the pandemic, and I never finished it, which is like, I don't know. It's only 2 seasons, I think,
It's
right?
weird,
So,
man.
I do want to get into that, but I have from what I've seen, I think the themes are very on brand with Nier Automata, especially, or even Nier in general, in terms of like consciousness,
Lots of
sci-fi,
existential dread type stuff.
existential, yeah. A lot of mechs, I guess. There's mechs.
There's mechs. Oh, there's mechs.
Big mechs. So that could be that'll be interesting, yeah. But what I've heard, just rumblings though, that I think they've tried to like do so many Evangelion like kind of reboots or like endings. It's kind of almost
Well, it's because there was
meme-like now.
there was the series, and they ran out of money or they were rushed or something, and the ending of the anime is terrible. It's not good. Then they came out with the movie, which was supposed to serve as like an alternate ending, or like they kind of said, okay, let us try again, and they did the movie that was the ending, and that, like, I remember watching it when I was younger and being like, huh? So I think I need to watch it again now that I'm older and I can understand what the hell's going on. And then they redid the whole series as, I think, 4 different movies. The You Cannot Redo, You Cannot Advance, or whatever. And there's 1.0, 2.0, 3.33, or whatever. And then, so yeah, there's 4 movies, and those collectively tell the whole story. And now, whatever this Yoko Taro thing is, will be a new take on it, supposedly. So weird. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, for everyone here, like, to definitely finish Nier Automata first, or I think that's if that's one you guys have played, play that one. It's so good.
Nier Automata,
like
fantastic.
The story.
And wasn't there something about? There was a teaser recently that said something about Nier Automata to be continued soon or something.
Yes, I think I remember seeing that in some Square Enix thing.
There's some Nier stuff. Yoko Taro's up to something. He's up to something. That wily one.
Yeah, like I'm so deep in the Nier. Like I think I've told Justin this. I played the Nier Gacha game.
Yeah, Reincarnation.
That was on mobile.
That ended up being
Reincarnation,
like a quasi sequel to Automata.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can spoil that now because it's the game is defunct. It's like you can't play it anymore.
It's not possible to play it now, so
it's not possible anymore. But yeah, it the big reveal after like the 3 years of being invested in this game was that it actually literally is the sequel to Nier Automata, which is incredible for as a fan, because it's like, oh my god, it makes so much sense now.
Is that the one that was like the Alice in Wonderland thing on mobile?
No, that was Sino Alice. Yeah, no, he also worked on that, so I get the confusion, but it was a specific Nier game. It's called Nier Reincarnation, as Justin said. So
cool auto battle gacha game with Nier characters.
Yeah, I mean the battling was actually pretty good. Like, it's you had your different elements, characters. Like the battle system is actually really well done, which is kind of why I stuck with it, along with the the story, obviously. But Sadly, yeah, it's not. Hopefully, they can. I hope one of these days they can actually archive it or kind of make it, preserve it somehow, like offline. You know, like for some, at least whether it's like a visual novel form.
The Octopath Zero treatment.
Is that what they did for that? I actually didn't play that.
It was like a mobile game that they turned into just to preserve it, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be incredible. I think because I think everyone who's shopping, well, I think everyone should play it, but I think especially Nier fans should play it because it is a kind of it is literally a canon story to that. So, yeah. And then the other news headline I wanted to just talk about briefly was this morning Metallica announced a Sphere residency. I know Justin's a huge Metallica fan. I know, like, Cam and Simon are both in the visual arts. That's a I don't know if you're a Metallica fan, but I
don't know if I'd say a huge Metallica fan. I had a pretty deep Metallica phase where I was listening to their first few albums on loop for like a month straight.
Sure. Okay.
So I definitely would be interested in going to see this show.
I'm more of a Megadeth guy.
Okay.
But
Cam's chosen his side.
That would probably be an awesome. My brother and sister went to see the Backstreet Boys in the Sphere, and
they did. Nice.
They were like crying.
Whit was crying too.
Well, yeah. No, I don't know if Whit was crying, but
okay.
My sister certainly was.
Okay.
Canonically, we'll say Whit was crying.
Yeah,
let's just go with Whit was crying.
Yes, we have that on tape. Yes.
Yeah.
So you haven't been though. You haven't been to the Sphere yet.
No, but yeah, that would be a pretty sick show. I bet, even though I'm not like huge into them.
Yeah,
did you see how much the
I've been to the
tickets are?
Sphere like 5 times, 6 times.
My goodness!
Like the first year, because my favorite band is U2. You may know this. And so they opened the Sphere back in 2023. 2023. And I went. I had 3 separate tickets, like 3 separate times, and I went all 3 times, and it was incredible. Like each time it's just like I had 2 floor seats and then one kind of in the back.
Wow.
And I actually saw them. I saw them for the 4th time. I actually went to the very last show of that kind of residency.
Seeing it multiple times. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I want to ask a question after you're done with that thought.
Was awesome. Well, it's my favorite band. It's also like the experience is so cool that it's like I was totally happy to give them money 3 times to go to it again because I think we made this kind of resolution, like I took 3 different friends to see it, by the way, like 3 different sets of people, and everyone was like, I would see anything they have there. Like I would see literally any show they have there. Wow. Because the experience is that cool. It's more like the visual, like just the visual immersion. I think knowing the art, I think having like a passing interest in the artist thing is fine. Like I think if you hate the artist, that might not be the best experience. But even if you're like kind of like I don't mind if they're on kind of artist, this experience takes it above to like really cool.
Having gone to the same experience 3 times, presumably sitting in different places each time, do you think that there is like an ideal place to be in the Sphere?
Yes, it's in the middle, so it's 200, like middle, like 200. So there's 4. I think that goes to the 400 is like the 400 tier. I think in the 200 and like in the middle is like the best seat in the house.
Okay,
those are probably the most expensive too. I think that's where like the box seats are. But I think anything between like 200 and 300 is good. 400 is fine, but if you so we had like the last row on the 400s one time just because it was cheap. It was like $85 to go. And I was like, why not go? And this is before they realized they could charge you an arm and a leg for everything. But it was like too far back because it was actually further back than the rear speakers. We have found this place where it is too far back and too far up. Yeah, so I think there's like I don't know, good 5 to 10 rows where like you're behind the rear speaker. Which is like a little too much, I think. It wasn't like it was fine. It was fine for $80, but like I would not pay like premium prices to be back there.
Did that kind of noticeably affect the acoustics?
Enough. I noticed it because I noticed that, but it wasn't like this is a bad experience. It was just more like like the speakers are in front of us, and
that's crazy.
And I can see like the ending of the screen.
Oh wow!
Because I think the biggest part is that if you're because you're in the Sphere venue where you look around you and everything is like reality. And maybe Simon has much mixed reality, but like if you have like it's like you feel like you're there. So that immersion is a little broken if you're like you're so far up.
You look up
say,
and you see the same. Yeah.
There's like a ceiling. There's like there's like concrete or whatever it is. So I would say yes, that for sure. But yeah, anything 200, 300, and even the front of the foreign section is fine. I was in the floor twice. I've been everywhere in the Sphere. The floor is really interesting because you are so far down that you can't even see behind you. Like it's just your reality is like the screen, and it can get disorienting. I think there's a couple of visuals during the YouTube show where I was like, if I was fixated on the screen, it felt like I was like literally weightless.
Oh wow!
Because it was like scrolling upwards, like an anti-grav kind of thing. And I was like feeling like, oh my God, I'm in space.
Your
like,
brain's getting real
body,
confused.
your brain tricks yourself into thinking that. Yeah,
That's
That's cool. Yeah.
That's what I was like. Oh, I had to like re-anchor myself by looking at the band, like because the band's right there, so you can, you're looking at the band. So, okay, we're
trying to remind yourself. Okay, what's reality right now?
Yeah.
I think I would definitely hurl before I had the question of what's reality. Right? I recently moved into a new place and like hadn't mounted my TV. I had all these boxes behind my couch, so I was like not far enough from my TV, which isn't huge. It's like a 55-inch one, but I was getting nauseous from playing like a first-person game. I think I was playing Resident Evil Village. It's like I'm sick from the werewolves just spewing gore in my face, but also because my peripheral vision is just shot. I mean, Cam, you right there have a giant TV right in front of your couch, and you have no problem with this. You have a stronger stomach.
65-inch, you're like, it's almost like VR. It's my own private sphere.
Yeah, your mom's going to come in and tell you not to sit so close to the TV.
Yeah.
Yep. Mom, it's bad. Don't leave my room. But yeah, I mean, for Simon, have you like have you worked on anything of the sort where it's like immersive screens or like a room where it's like, screens all around you, even not even like a sphere, but like just that kind of, I don't know, immersion.
I've been curious about the Sphere. It opened like right around the time I was last in Las Vegas, but I was there for a very different music experience. It was the When We Were Young festival, which is like all the hot topic bands of high school. And it was a ton of fun. I also, because there's so much downtime, like between like waiting for different bands, I won my first Balatro run on my phone during that festival.
Nice.
But yeah, for big screens, I've done some video walls, nothing like that goes all the way around your peripherals. I did like way back when I was in grad school. I was studying like digital art and had a TA ship to, pay for my tuition. But I was working with this program. It was at UC Santa Cruz where there were art students and engineering students who were making games. And the seniors could make whatever they wanted. And one group of them chose to do an Oculus Rift game. It was, several years ago. And I usually can't do, like, honestly, I work in this area, but I can't do VR. Like I get nauseous after a few minutes. Yeah. But they made this game. I think it was called Beatbox or something, where it was like a rhythm game where, not Beatbox, something similar like that, but like you spin a cube around. No. It felt like they had been inspired by Beat Saber, but I don't know if they ever released it, but these different like shapes would come at this cube from all 6 sides on a cube. You have to spin it and then punch it as the spheres enter. Oh, fun. And it was really, I got like super sweaty playing it. It was a ton of fun.
Okay, yeah, good work.
So yeah, it was really cool seeing like, students in their undergrad making a VR game that was like just fun to play without having to learn VR or anything, right? You just hold the controllers and move your hands. It's probably why Beat Saber is so popular too.
It's easy to understand, really, and everybody wants to hold lightsabers, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like the fantasy,
They got just close enough to not invoke Lucas's wrath, the Lucas legal team's wrath.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
their fists.
Well, you mentioned you worked on like kind of video stuff, Simon. Like, is there anything you like you take into account when you're like working in such like a big medium, or like it's like not just like a like a monitor or like a small screen? Like, is there anything you take into account? Like, other than the obvious,
all kinds of like nerdy things that aren't really that interesting for this podcast necessarily, but like I did like a nice thing about being at the program I was in was that you had access to some huge projectors. And so for my thesis, I had like these big like video interviews with people that were kind of randomized, like cut up different parts, but the chromatic aberration like around them, because I had them on like a blown out white background. Oh yeah, we're talking photography. This makes sense.
Well, yeah. What is chromatic aberration? Can someone give me a quick explanation what that is before we go there?
Cam, do you want to sound smart?
I know what it looks like, but I can't really
It's kind of like on the edges of a photo when the highlights start to separate and you see a little bit of the pink and the green kind of haloing around the edges of something. That's chromatic aberration. As I understand it.
Yeah, it's like you see some of like the colors that make up the image just like on the edge of the image.
Like a little halo. Oh, interesting.
But when you blow up like an image it's 4K, but you blow it up to whatever, many feet, that becomes really apparent. So it can be a cool look. I just leaned into it at the time.
Okay.
But,
yeah, feature, not a bug.
Yeah. And just like, today, so many things are video walls instead of projectors, where it's like LEDs are so small that you can get nice resolution with a bunch of these panels. And I ran an install a couple of years ago where I watched them put these little panels all over this thing. And it was like watching them build a TV, like over the course of a day. And so if one of them breaks, you can replace the part, which it's kind of a shame that our TVs aren't like that, because when I moved, my nice big TV got like a weird corner. It's all dark now. So that's going to have to go to the Samsung repair center at some point when it bothers me too much.
Have you been to the Mercer Labs in New York? This is random, but have you heard of it?
No, I'm familiar with it. I've not been.
Okay.
It's one of those kind of like immersive museum type things where there's a bunch of just installations that are, different experiences you go through. No, I've not been there, but it seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it was very. I mean, I went there for I think the Tribeca Games Festival a couple years ago, and it was like that's where they held the VR AR
nice.
exhibits for for the gaming competition they had there. But then I saw the rest of the place while I was there, and it was very cool. Definitely worth going for anybody who's in New York and like they love visual arts. Like it's the Mercer Labs. I think it's 21 Mercer or something, but it's like a museum, but they do like immersive stuff, and they have rotating exhibits as well. But I mean, there's like different visual video walls, and I thought, that sounds like definitely related to kind of what you've been doing, Simon. So
I always think about what it's like to work at those places. Cam and I have a friend. Oh, it's someone in our league. It's Keith, who for years has worked at the Brooklyn Museum, and he's not going to be there much longer because he's moving on to a different career. But visiting him there was a lot of fun because you get to see just behind the scenes of everything there, because he'll install a lot of kind of big immersive art projects, and just hearing all the different things that you have to do to keep those things running. Like my job has been, you go there for the install, and then you run like you manage engineers doing maintenance, but I'm on site like maybe 2 days, and he's there every day, and his story, not mine, but he was installing this installation by this artist, Raphael Lozano-Hammer, that was all these it was kind of like a 3D printer printing sand portraits people submitted of their loved ones who had passed away during the pandemic. It was a really beautiful piece. And then it would take a photo of them, enlarge it, and then it would drop the plates, the sand would slide away. So there's very ephemeral portraits. And it's really cool to see. And he told me that, that printer won't print just any sand. You buy the finest sand, and then we sit back here and we sift it for impurities for days and days and days beforehand. So there are all these large tech installations. There are all these people who have to do a lot of manual work that's never going to become automated in any way. That's meaningful, just to make them run and keep running.
That's incredible. I mean, it's hard to replicate with AI, but it's incredible. Like, and just like the day to day, even I don't know, not maintenance, but just checking on the exhibits every day. I'm sure with like people in the grubby hands and whoever get in there and mess things up.
Video while I was talking about the client is supposed to put up like a little guardrail, but in the meantime, we just had like one of those airport pylon things up there that said please do not touch, please keep away. And this was like this wellness center in Indiana, and so you'd have kids coming through all the time, just walking up to it, trying to lick it or something. And one of the staff there told this woman whose kid was just like up there, like putting her hands all over it. So, hey, do you mind not having your kid touch that? And she says, well, if kids aren't supposed to touch it, why is it child height? So the worst you can imagine will happen. Yeah, we had a Kinect camera, like not the back to our Kinect conversation, not the Xbox One Kinect, but like the steel little sleek one that they made mostly for like this purpose and for like developers. We had that mounted at like child height, and so the kid was like just trying to grab that. Well, I mean, did you end up putting like a little thing, like a glass case over or something, or some sort of like just like thing, or did you just let the kids grab it? They finally built a little like see the museum, like a little metal railing just to like make it clear that you do not pass this.
They elevated it to adult height.
Sort of right in the middle of the screen. Yeah,
right in the middle. I mean, you have to get into like the topic of social, I guess, etiquette, but I think it really depends on the parent and the child, like that sort of like a sense of entitlement, I would say. I don't know. Like I went to a museum with my friend, and she brought her like, I don't know, 3-year-old, and I mean, when the usher came down to go, like, not scold, but go, hey, like, just make sure you watch, your child. And it was more like, oh, like, sorry for doing that, more versus like, oh, it's our entitlement to like touch the thing because it's kid height. Like, it's
Yeah,
different
I mean, this
mentality.
place, it's like a wellness center, right? It's like a gym and there's classes and stuff. So the kids are all rowdy and sweaty. So like they can be forgiven, but just not something you really plan for when you're trying to plan all the service over the year.
For sure. Yeah. Well, I switching gears from service to another service, which is our fantasy league, our Fantasy Critic Games League. Justin and I talked last week about our drafts, and I'm sure you guys listen to the podcast, but I think I wanted to talk to you guys both about kind of your experience in playing Fantasy Critic, because Cam's other wit got me into the league I think a couple years ago, and that's like my first foray into this. But how long have you guys been playing this the game for?
This is our 4th year.
4th year.
Yeah.
Wow. When did it? Do you remember when it started? Did you play when it started, or was it before, or has it been around for a while?
When Fantasy Critic started?
Yeah. When is it the thing? Yeah,
I don't know. I've just heard about it on various podcasts.
Okay.
Thought it would be fun, and we started out with just 3 of us.
3. Oh,
yeah, just me and Simon and Keith.
It was rowdy.
And then, so that was a really easy win that year. And then,
wow.
Okay. There was drama that year.
Was it? Tell us.
There was just more bickering when there was fewer of us.
I mean, Keith and Cam and I have known each other since childhood, so like we're very comfortable telling each other what we think, and also just trying to prod each other to get a reaction.
There were no other adults in the room holding us accountable, so and then the second year, we added tons of people, like you and
it was the second year. Oh, so there was only the second year that I came in.
Max
okay, it wasn't
Gary
too long.
And Whit and my cousin Roger. So now year 4.
Yeah, year 4.
Every year we've added at least one person.
Yeah. So Justin's here, year 4.
I'll be that guy.
I mean, it's a game that sounds like it's like well suited for kind of varying amounts of players between 3 and I don't know, we have 9 or something. That's like a weird round number. Because for most fantasy sports, if people play fantasy sports, fantasy football, that sort of stuff, like you need like an even amount of teams usually if they're doing head to head, right? Or even like roto teams, I think you want like an even number of teams just for like balance. But yeah, this seems like it's a fun way to kind of have that experience, but with different players or different player amounts.
Yeah. It's just a fun way to follow games and, keep up with games that you might not care about, or I don't know. It's fun to root against games, which that was a lot more common year 1.
What were a lot more counter picks?
1? Oh no, we just had one counter pick.
I think we had 2 counter picks, but we also would just like root against the other people's games. Like, I think, was there some Horizon thing? I don't know. I just remember there being lots of
the VR
there
game
was the Horizon VR game. Yeah.
I did pick that. It was a bad pick.
I was very pleased when that one did poorly, and
Simon was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, Cam and I we have very similar tastes in playing games and talking about games, but like in games that we root for, I think, and like what we really, really care about. Like I don't know. I like the Xbox stuff. Like I know there are problems with Xbox these days, and I just like the games they will try to put out there. Just they're not always safe, but they never score that well in Fantasy Critic. And every year I tell myself I'm gonna break out of this. I'm gonna like just play this game as a game. But then I just end up choosing like all the games I wanna play anyway, like Doom and stuff. I mean, Doom does pretty well, but the other ones don't.
Doom, yeah. It's hard. It's hard in fantasy sports too, right? Like, you have a team you're rooting for. It's like, hey, I want to pick the running back of like the team I'm in. And it's like, that's not necessarily the best choice or the most like, business or not business, but yeah, for the game. I mean, that's why, I was trying to give Justin crap for picking Pokemon Generation 10 for this. I know he was in the car. He didn't have the thing to pick, but just like picking his favorite franchise as like his first round pick. It's fun to root for it.
I've gone on record saying that if I had done a little more research ahead of time and I wasn't like in the car, I might have picked something different.
Nah.
But I still do have a good feeling about Pokemon Gen 10. The question is it going to launch this year? So we'll find out in a couple days on Pokemon Day, hopefully.
Oh, that's soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Feb 27 is Pokemon Day, so we're going to be getting some new reveals. Next time we have one of these episodes, we'll probably be talking about some new Pokemon stuff.
Did somebody counterpick that one?
I'm
Probably.
pretty sure someone did.
Yeah, I think someone did.
Okay, so you're
That'd be my counterpick too. If I covered for me, if I was in there. But yeah. So yeah. So that first year though, what do you remember? What game? Like, was there a game that kind of took on someone of the like to like the championship basically, or like well, since Cam won, obviously.
No, that was year 2.
What was
Tears of the Kingdom was year 2, right?
Kingdom.
That was 23. So that would have been the same year as Resident Evil 4. I think I had that.
The remake. Wow.
I can't believe that's 3 years old.
I know. Time is going by a lot.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 was my big scorer, which I think was still like in a high 80s. I've never broken above a 89, even with no, not 90. I thought I had 90 with Persona 3 Reload. So I got first pick that second year, and did not. It got 89 or something like that.
I feel like it's interesting how the games actually end up scoring these like kind of aggregate critic scores, because I wouldn't have guessed Diablo 4 would have scored that high. I feel like there was just a lot of negative reaction from the whatever the live service part of it was.
You got to consider the critical reaction versus the reaction from the masses, because players were not happy about it, but critics, I believe, got to play it early and probably had more of an isolated experience without some of those issues that the mainstream players were running into.
I mean, that's also part of a function of the live service part of it. It's like, when you get that kind of sheltered critic experience, or like kind of pre-release code review experience, it's like very, that 9 hours of the campaign, which was really fun, I remember. But yeah, if you look at it as a long-term investment,
it's hard to judge the 100-hour, 200, 300-hour experience for the hardcore post-game players in a review.
So I'm looking at the games that we had picked the first year. And it's just so funny. The final score was, I had 118 points. Keith had 108 and Simon had 16.
Wait, hold on. That's after Cam deleted my Diablo 4 score.
Oh yeah, because they were
drama.
Okay, yeah, they tried to cheat and trade games at the last second so that Simon
trade games. Wow. Oh,
it was allowed by the rules. I'll put it that way.
I was like, I don't want to be in a league where the loser decides who gets to win. So I had to.
We had an electoral college system, yeah.
The 3-person league.
No,
redrawing the district lines within the league.
Yeah, exactly. We're gerrymandering our open critic or our fantasy critic. Now, Keith and I were talking because he had some pretty good releases, and he was within like striking distance of Cam's lead, and so we were gonna do a trade, like a back channel, back on the table. Exactly. And I forgot what it was, because I had like something that I had bid on or something like that. But Cam got wind of it when we were doing it, and as commissioner, he retaliated by deleting Diablo 4.
I get a little pop-up that says like, so-and-so has traded games with so-and-so, and then I have the ability to just like take it off his name.
The one commissioner. Well, I mean, to be fair for the other guys, I feel like that's something that I would hate if I was in a fantasy football league and like they're colluding.
That seems pretty shady.
Yeah.
I would rather you win than the other guys. So
yeah, I do find that funny, but that was kind of the dynamic you guys had.
Yeah, it changed a lot.
It's a lot more civil after that. That was our low point.
It's been very civil since I've been in the league. I'll tell you that. But this is probably a good opportunity to ask. Like, what is the story behind you being commissioner, Cam? Is there? I know the self-appointed commissioner.
I think I was just the person who hit the button.
Oh, I'm just being salty because of there were a lot of accusations of Cam abusing his power that he gave himself. Which I wanted my Diablo 4 score.
Yeah, I mean,
all right. Well, then you ended.
Would have been like, I mean, at the best, that's like what, 15 points or whatever.
Yeah, so. I was just being a bad boy.
Can we hear? So here's the thing. Can you maybe you can do Diablo 2, since that got some new content recently, right?
Right. Yeah, it's got the
Warlock.
I've been eyeing that. I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile 2 recently, so I've been like curious about where Diablo 2 Resurrected these days. But yeah, they got that new class, the Warlock, after what, 25 years?
Insanity.
That's insane. Is that a paid DLC? Because I think that's the only way you can draft this at this point.
Probably
it wouldn't be a remake.
I think it's out already, so it's too late. But it was like $25, and it adds a new class, which people aren't too happy about the price. And like, honestly, it's what's keeping me from trying it out. I have that game on like 3 platforms probably because it's on Game Pass now too. But I'm just like, I don't know. I play in Diablo 2. You play through the same 4 acts over and over and over again, and I like that. But I've had my fun with it. I've had my hundreds of hours, during the pandemic on Switch playing that, and I
had my hours from 1997 when they came out, so I feel you.
I played that with Keith in high school.
Yeah,
with my first online game.
Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely remember that in high school. Yeah, was it Battle.net that we had, or that it had, right? Or is that Diablo 1? I'm thinking of. It was.
Battle.net. Yeah, that was that era.
Battle.net, yeah. Original Battle.
Yeah, I put the family Packard Bell through its paces back when Diablo 2 came out. Saved up my allowance and picked that one up, and that was that summer gone.
Yeah.
It was one of those games that I would have to hide from my parents that I was playing. Like, they weren't really big on me playing video games, but they would let me have my own computer so I could learn computer and get a job one day. And run the phone line all the way into my bedroom to be able to download something for 3 hours, to play Age of Empires demo or something like that. But Diablo 2 was one I remember I got really fast at punching the power of my monitor if I heard someone coming towards my door so they couldn't see just a screen filled with pixely blood.
Nice.
No, real quick, I just want to point out, Simon, one of the reasons you had so few points is you picked Silk Song, which didn't come out. and he picked, and even worse, he picked Redfall.
Ooh, Redfall.
Oh, yeah.
This was entirely my
fault. I picked Redfall late into the game too. I did a drop and then I picked Redfall and
late round pick flyer.
Yeah,
Arcane Studios,
I know.
You think it's
what a bummer.
It's Arcane.
I can blame Cam for my 16 points, but
Microsoft, what could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
That one hurts, man. I remember I got so excited about Redfall because I love Arcane games, Dishonored, Prey, some of my favorite games ever. Redfall, the director was saying, oh yeah, it's got a lot of Stalker in it, which I love the old Stalker games too, new one too.
I've heard good things about them, yeah.
And then Redfall it wasn't it. It was Borderlands, but not.
They have another vampire game coming, so
Blade 2.
They do?
Or Blade, right?
Yeah.
Wait, the Marvel Blade or no?
They're doing it's the French, it's the Deathloop studio.
Oh,
not the
I love that
Arcane Leon.
So they're doing
Arcane Leon. Okay, right. Oh yeah, Leon France. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's cool. That was my game of the year that year. Whenever Deathloop came out,
I didn't finish.
It was
incredible.
Definitely worth finishing. Yeah, I brought it. I mean, it took me a couple years to
get
back
the story.
to it,
Does the story
so
stuff
good.
all pay off in a satisfying way?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's such a good story, and it keeps going too, which is interesting. I mean, it would make sense given the gameplay mechanic, but yeah, definitely worth playing. I figure, as we wrap up, do you guys, let's maybe go around the room and see, maybe share kind of the game that you drafted this year for this year's Fantasy Critic that you're most into playing, you're most excited about playing, and also the game you think that will score the most, I guess, if those are different.
Elliot.
So Elliot.
That was my counter pick. Yeah.
Welcome.
What's the full name of this game again? The Adventures of Elliot or something, or
the Millennium Tales? Yes.
I know it's actually called The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
Yeah.
Wow. Is he a millennial or is it just
he time travels?
He time travels. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think it's for millennials. It seems like it's written for 9-year-olds.
Yeah. The demo was fun. I picked it because I actually had fun with the demo. I think people are piling on because it is so stupid, but I don't know. It's pretty fun.
It was really fun to rag on Cam during the draft for drafting the game, but
knowing my luck with my counter pick, it's gonna do decently.
It'll do well. I would say for my list, I'm probably most excited for this year. I didn't really pick games that I'm as into. Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave.
I'm excited for Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem. The back since Game Boy Advance, whenever the first ones came out, it's been a great. Yeah, I love the Advance Wars, that kind of vibe. I love those series.
Three Houses was awesome.
Three Houses, yeah.
I got a bit on some more games, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious about the Blood of Dawn Walker because it's Witcher people with another vampire game, Simon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get my
Okay.
vampire fix. Well,
Yeah.
I am probably most excited for the Duskbloods, speaking of vampires,
The
which I've
Duskbloods, wow.
forgotten that I had drafted, and that makes me happy because I think that one will do okay.
I predict
Remind me,
mid-80s for that one.
what's the studio behind that again?
That's FromSoft.
It's
Remind us.
FromSoft.
Oh, it's FromSoft.
That's the FromSoft
Oh, really?
Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive multiplayer Bloodborne follow-up.
Oh,
Not technically a
that
Bloodborne
game.
follow-up, but it looks like a Bloodborne follow-up.
It looks
The
like
vibes.
Bloodborne with,
Right.
with dinosaurs. And
but Dinos. Wow, that,
there's
looks
like
like
a
a dino
T-Rex
spell,
head
yeah.
or something on one of the characters. Yeah.
wow, that's good. I know how much
They
y'all
really-
love FromSoft, meaning like the league, and especially
looks
especially
cool,
Kevin
man. We'll
and Simon.
see.
So
I love
I'm excited.
Bloodborne, and yeah, that's like the one platinum trophy I have on PlayStation.
Oh, you got
Um,
the platinum on Bloodborne. Nice.
He cheesed it.
Yeah, I save
I mean-
scum dicks. Like, I'm not going to play through this game,
Fair.
what, 3-4
Well,
times?
for like, oh yeah, okay, that's
The-
fair. That's fair.
Didn't you cheese it, Cam? You cheesed it.
I'll allow that.
The
Yeah, that's
Defiled Chalice dungeon is it's
Oh,
okay to
that
cheese
one.
that.
The child.
That was
Son.
okay.
You
No,
know-
I meant the saving the game like right before you have to make the choice at the end, so you can do all the different
Oh,
So you can
endings.
get
I
the
did that.
trophy for
Yeah.
both endings. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
who's gonna
that's,
play through the
that's
whole
fine.
game
I
again
get
for one
just a-
trophy? Come on.
Yeah,
But there is one chalice dungeon boss that's nigh impossible. Like, and there's a little
Oof,
move
okay.
where you can. It's the one where you have less health. So like, you just want to beef your health the entire game up until that point. It cuts it in half. There's one of the big amygdala monster bosses who does a jump, and if you just like Cam taught me this, you walk forward a couple steps, you will like avoid the jump every time.
Oh, nice.
And that was the key.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I still have to play. I've never played through Bloodborne. I think I played like the first hour, and I was like, I noped out.
At this
'cause it was-
point,
I don't
wait
know,
for
maybe
the
it was too hard for me.
inevitable remaster, or remake.
At
or
this
whatever.
point, I want to, but given the way things are going every year, I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
that's
so
true.
I mean,
wouldn't say
it's like the last big thing that everybody's clamoring for, that like they gotta do, right?
you would think so.
It's the
You
big
would think
thing
so.
on everybody's wish list right now. So eventually, like in the fullness of
you would
time,
think so.
there will be eventually be
I'm just saying,
there will
you
either
would
be a
think so.
Half-Life 3 or a Bloodborne remaster at some point. Like, you know,
If you put it with
hopefully we're
Half-Life
still
3,
alive
then
for
it's
this
never
thing.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's-
At this point, I will wait for whatever that is, just because unless they come out and say they will never do it, I'm at this point I'm
It's
already
money on the
committed
table,
to that
man.
whatever new thing.
Yeah, I think within the last year, Miyazaki was asked about it, and he was just like, "If it happens, I would want to be involved with it."
Mm,
So,
okay, so before
that's
he,
why maybe it hasn't happened, but
fair enough. Well,
Hey.
hopefully that does.
I think
hopefully,
doesn't
hopefully
Sony own the
makes it into
IP?
a nice live service.
Yeah,
I would
woof.
play. We talked about this in our league chat. I would play a live
Yeah.
service Bloodborne. I'd play any Bloodborne. I
think-
mean, it's kind of what Duskbloods is going to be in a way, right? Multiplayer.
I mean, Monster
Bloodborne,
Hunter is
spiritual
kind of
successor.
like live service Souls.
Okay, come on. No.
I mean,
So
You're
here's the thing, because Cam and I have had this argument like many times about like, should someone play Bloodborne now or wait
Mm.
for a remaster? And
this is for my situation, so please
yeah,
tell
and
me.
I love Bloodborne just as it is. I mean, it's even at like 30 FPS or dropping to 20 sometimes, it still feels decent. Like the crunchy visuals still feel good. Like people argue that those visuals like fit the vibe really well too. Like it's all kind of
Mm.
this fever dream.
Yeah, no, I like the
Um,
gothic kind of, yeah.
I
But
mean,
Cam has told me he will not play the DLC until the remaster comes out, and the DLC is the best part of that game.
I actually
Really?
never played
Okay,
the
that's a
DLC
no.
either.
but you have to play up to a certain point to get there. So then I would have to do like a whole like half playthrough again, and then I don't know. I'd rather just.
I
wait
think I'm
and
with you, Cam.
experience it.
Yeah,
That's
I
fine.
never played the DLC, and at this point, I'll just wait. And if
Wait for
if
the,
a
yeah.
remaster comes out, I'll do it then.
I know it'll be good. I know I'll
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
fair.
pretend.
Fun
It
fact:
is,
I
yeah.
was visiting my parents over Christmas, and I found a Bloodborne unopened sealed deluxe edition,
Ooh.
which is a collector's item now because everyone loves that game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm very excited to have that. And I probably won't ever open it, so I gotta wait for the the remaster now. Well, real fast, I'm gonna share mine. I think my best scoring game will probably be Forza Horizon 6. Hopefully, it's given the way
Probably,
the tea
yeah.
leaves work on that. But I'm probably more excited to play Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. That's from the games I drafted. That's probably the game I'm most interested in playing. I love Marvel vs. Capcom as a kid. But I mean, I'm not a big like competitive fighter, but I love playing through the story mode and just kind of like getting there, just like the visceral, just funness, playing through especially those characters that I love Marvel. And that's probably a good one for me. Justin, you real fast.
I think that I've got a lot of like mid 80s on mine. I think if any of this is going to break out, it'll probably be Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief, maybe Vampire Crawlers. I think either of those stands a chance at breaking out and being like a highlight this year, but we'll see. The one I'm most excited for, obviously, Pokemon Gen 10. But I am excited for Ace Combat 8 as well, because I've never gotten into Ace Combat. I've always watched from the sidelines, but I think this is the one where I'm going to get it when it comes out and see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how there is. Well, thanks, Simon and Cam, for joining us. We'll check in through Fantasy Critic throughout the season and throughout our next for episodes, and hopefully we'll have you guys back on, and maybe with some other people from the league as well. Please check us out on our website at sharedbytes.net. Let us know if you have any thoughts, questions, feedback, whatever. All our socials are on there as well. Do you guys have anything you want to plug, either Cam or Simon?
Sure. Yeah, it's been, first of all, thanks so much for having me here. It's good to be on someone else's podcast. I have my own, which has been dormant for a few months, but I do it with my wife. We talk about fine art and pop culture. So fewer game opinions, but a lot of opinions about movies. A lot of times we'll look at movies and talk about the art that's in them and get way off topic. But check out Cold Crit if you're interested in that. But yeah, thanks for having me here.
Sweet. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. I have nothing to plug other than my my trophies.
Oh, there it is, the trophy, the double champion, double campeon,
first place in Special Boy.
Special Boy.
So that, and then I guess Nobody Bother Me tomorrow night at 9 because I'm Resident Evil.
Oh, it's midnight release. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, jealous. All right.
Good luck. Congratulations on your new Resident Evil, everybody.
Yes, can't wait. Can't wait for the weekend. All right, everyone. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.